So again, I'm Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to learn about a subject that's incredibly important to me and our shared communities. So this is some interesting information that I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, but in about 10 years, it's estimated that the population of seniors, people who are 65 or older, will exceed that of children under the age of 18 for the first time in American history. And starting in 2030, when baby boomers will be older than 65 years old, they'll actually make up 21% of our population. So looking ahead, according to the US Census projections, by 2060, nearly 1 in 4 Americans will be 65 years old or older. And the number of those 85 years or older will triple compared to what we have today. And of course, you know, God willing, we all want to be part of that population if we can. So accordingly, it's imperative that we do everything that we can to keep the quality of long-term care as high as possible, as we can expect more and more people to rely on that system for care. And law enforcement is absolutely a critical part of that equation. So today we've assembled a team of trained and experienced criminal justice professionals to work with you on how to better recognize, respond, and address instances of vulnerable adult abuse in residential care facilities within your communities. Our goal is that when you leave here in a couple hours, you'll have a better understanding of the regulatory framework at play with nursing homes, homes for the aged, and assisted living facilities. And that you'll be able to better differentiate between complaints that belong within a regulatory agency and where to send them, and complaints that could really support criminal charges. And that you'll be better equipped to effectively investigate those complaints and know how to secure help if or when you want it. Now, long-term care facilities play a very important role in our society, and you know, that role is only growing. And it would not be a stretch to describe the long-term care industry as being in a state of really simmering crisis. Even before COVID-19, nursing homes struggled to attract and to maintain adequate staffing levels, and the pandemic certainly exacerbated those staffing issues. So we know from both the research and our experience in handling these cases that there is a clear correlation between staffing and negative events such as falls, chokings, and resident-on-resident assaults. Now, some of the opaque ownership structures of the nursing homes makes it difficult to even tell if they can afford to do more than they're already doing. And the bottom line is our vigilance is more important than ever. And neither you, nor I, nor the criminal justice system alone can fix all of the societal problems in long-term care, but there is a clear role for law enforcement, and there's a direct role in how you respond and address allegations of abuse. There's also a deterrent role. When nursing home ownership, management, and direct care workers know that law enforcement is trained, present, and engaged, there is a positive impact on the quality of care provided to vulnerable adults, period. In addition to the investigative and prosecution work my department's been doing for decades in this space, I started a new initiative referred to as the Sentinel Project. Now, this is a new, more broad-based approach to investigating vulnerable adult abuse. And before the Sentinel Project, if we received a complaint about improper wound care, for example, an agent would go out to the facility and investigate the allegation as to that specific resident, and that specific resident only. But under the Sentinel Project, we look more holistically at the facility at large, and we take into account old complaints that perhaps didn't rise to the level of opening a file at the time, and we look at national performance metrics for the facility and other data sources to better identify facilities that present the most problematic picture. Then, a team of agents visits the facility, unannounced, and investigates broadly for evidence of abuse or neglect. Now, sometimes those visits have led to criminal charges. Most often we're able, though, to resolve the complaint and refer our findings to LARA, which of course is the agency with regulatory authority over these licensed facilities. Now, we believe strongly that by creating partnerships with local law enforcement agencies, such as the departments you represent, and providing education on how to best address these issues, we can create a change for the good in our residential facilities. And again, I know you have limited time for training and there are competing interests in your communities for your attention. So I'm so grateful that you've chosen to be here today, and we'll do our best to make the most of your time so that we can provide you with information of great value to the communities you serve. So thank you for being here, and as always, thank you to my staff at the Department of Attorney General for doing the amazing work that you do. I'm so proud to serve alongside you. So enjoy the presentation.